Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Chris's Collectible Corner, and for those of you who are new, thank you for coming through to tune in for this review. And today, we're taking a look at the highly anticipated Super Saiyan Gogeta by Kamione, aka Tonsenart Toys. But before we get into the figure itself, if you wouldn't mind, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. It really helps and I appreciate the support. Alright guys, so as you can see for the packaging, it seems to be pretty consistent with what Kamione/Tonsenart Toys has been doing with their packages as of lately. So instead of getting one box, we get two boxes. One which holds the body of the figure and some of the accessories like the hands and effects, and a second box which holds the head sculpts, face plates, and vests. Now, I'm not going to go over the details of the boxes because obviously you can see them, so I'm not going to state the obvious. They're pretty straightforward, so with that out the way, let's get this guy out of the packaging and onto the display stand. And here we have him in the flesh, standing straight up and down in the light box. He stands at just a little above 6.5 inches from head to toe. Super Saiyan Gogeta from Kamione, aka Tonsenart. Now, taking a look at his aesthetics, he has a nice silhouette which I believe better represents the character's proportions from the very few times he's made his appearance on screen. Looking at the head sculpt, the hair and head shape is more accurate to the character than the demoniacal Fit Gogeta, but also seems to be based off of his Dragon Ball Super Broly movie appearance, as opposed to when he debuted in Fusion Reborn. For the vest, it seems Kamione chose to go the route that S.H.Figuarts did with their Gogeta, so you do get some gapping in between the vest and the shoulders where you can see his skin. Unlike DF, where they went a different route, but we'll see how that works once we get into the articulation segment of the video. But you can remove the vest if you want to have a shirtless Gogeta, which is nice that you can do that because you can't with the SHF or demoniacal Fit Gogeta. And as for the upper torso, the sculpt seems to be the same from his Bojack Trunks figure, minus the tank top and adding the wristbands. And I mean, why not? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Now the lower half of this figure is what really separates him from the other Gogetas currently released. It's a 3.0 mold, but this time around, Tonsen chose to have the flaps on the thighs go all the way up to the crotch piece by the hips. We'll see if that hinders anything when we do the articulation, but I do like how close they are to the body and don't flare out much like they did with his Kid Buu figure. The pants seem to be a lot baggier than usual and flare out more towards the bottom, but I think that helps with capturing Gogeta's silhouette from some of the artwork. The extra fabric from his waistband is much longer and expressive than the other Gogetas, which I like. That'll help lend itself for more dynamic poses when doing photography for this figure. As for the paint and shading on this figure, there is none. From head to toe, it's all just molded plastic, which works for me, but I would like to see some variation of color gradient in the hair and some light shading on the pants, but for what we have, it works and I'm happy with it. Now, let's take a look at his accessories. Alright, now looking at his accessories, he comes with 4 hair sculpts, one for the base head, one for Super Saiyan, another Super Saiyan hair with a hole in the back so you can peg the halo into it, and a windy hair. So that's really nice that they added so many different varieties of the hair sculpt. I feel like this really adds value to this figure, just the amount of variation that you'll be able to have with the 4 different hair sculpts. Then he comes with 2 variations of the vest, one normal and one to simulate it blowing in the wind, so it'll be really good to pair that with the windy hair sculpt. Then he comes with 10 different face plates, 5 for Super Saiyan and 5 for the base form. The facial expressions are pretty standard and they're the same for both Super Saiyan and the base form. So we have a stern looking expression, a smirking expression. The only difference between the Super Saiyan smirking face and the base form smirking face is the base form has the eyes slightly looking to the side. Then he has that calm facial expression that he had when he looked down at the kid who had become Janemba in the Fusion Reborn movie. Then he comes with a teeth gritted expression as well as a shouting expression to simulate him launching an attack. Now looking at the hands, he comes with 7 pairs of hands, a crossed arm accessory, and replacement pieces for the butterfly joints if you want to swap them out with the black pieces that already came pre-installed on the figure's main body. I do want to point out that I'm glad that they added the cross arm accessory to this figure. I just feel like that should be a standard with the majority of Dragon Ball characters in general. It's just such an iconic stance for a lot of the characters, and it throws me off as to why more characters don't come with them. So good on that, Tonsen. And he also comes with the effect piece for the Soul Punisher. So now looking at the hands, he comes with a pair of fighting stance hands, karate chop hands, or you could say big bang attack hands, open palm hands to simulate him shooting off a ki blast, another pair of open palm hands with fingers slightly bent so this way you can have him charging a Kamehameha, and another pair of hands to replicate after he's thrown the Soul Punisher, which is a nice addition because we don't usually get hands like this, so it's a nice pair of unique hands. Another pair of open palm hands with pegs on both of them, so this way you can choose which hand you want to put the Soul Punisher in. And then he also comes with these wide grip holding type hands, similar to what came with Bojack Trunks, which is cool because you can use these hands to have him holding his vest to recreate that pose. Alright, so now let's take a look at this guy's articulation. Let's start with the head first. He can look up about that much, not too much because obviously the back of the vest stops him. He can tilt side to side, decent amount. Once again, the collar of the vest. He can look down, decent amount. Don't go too far because they see it starts gapping there, so that's common with most Dragon Ball figures. Alright, so now let's go with the arms and take a look at the shoulders because this one did something different than the Demoniacal Fit one. So he has ball pegs on the shoulder pieces right here that you plug right in. So let's see if this adds more articulation or hinders it. You could finagle if you don't like how it looks, but okay. He can get past 90. Yeah, wow, real good. That looks nice. Alright. Now let's see. How is the shoulder rotation? Obviously, you're going to have to move this around just to get the look right. No problem at all. Look at that. None whatsoever. And I know you're hearing the squeaking. That's just because I just got him out the box. But he doesn't feel like overly tight. Now let's check out the butterfly joint. How far across can he go? Nice. Good butterfly joint. He can cross his arms, no problem. So that's real good. Yep. A little sneak peek as you saw there. Ab crunch, how is that? Bueno, very good. And I like that there's no gapping back there either after he bends over. So that's nice. Lean back. Boom. That's also nice too. Very minimal gapping, and it just reveals more of the abs. Super nice. Alright. Oh, we ran into a QC issue. Ah, that's what I was worried about. See? The old glass peg kind of pops off, so you just gotta be careful with that. There you go. You just pop it back in, and you're good to go. If anything, I'll probably just super glue that just to make sure that doesn't happen again. Alright, side to side swivel. Very nice. Waist rotation. You can go all the way. No problem at all. Belt. That can move too. And I like this belt a lot. I like how dramatic it is. Super dynamic. Alright, well now let's focus on the lower half. Alright, let's get his arms out the way first. Oh, that's right. Speaking of the arm, I forgot to mention, he has an extra piece of articulation that none of the other Gogetas have, because you have to swap these out, but he has forearm rotation as well. So that's also a plus. See? Very nice. Alright, so that out the way. Let's work on the legs. Alright. Leg articulation. Since this is a new sculpt, let's see if these get in the way. Nope. Not one bit. Tucked in there real nicely. No problem at all. Side to side. Oh man. Look at that. He could do a perfect split. Literally. Let's see over here. Yo, look at that. No problem at all. Crazy. Alright. Thigh rotation. It's got that as well. Once again, this doesn't get in the way. And I like how it looks. It looks good, but it's still functional. Yeah, they really stepped up their QC. Alright, knee bend. Nice deep knee bend. I mean, we have some gapping here. I wish that was a little bit better, but it is what it is. Same with the other leg, right? Let's see. Yep. There you go. And then he also has a new bit of articulation that the other Gogetas don't have either. Right here, he actually has like, I don't know, like upper ankle mobility. As you see that? That can move too. For added stability. Nice. Really good ankle worker. Let's see, can he go forward more? Yep. Side to side. You can go in more, not out so much. And the toe bend. Yeah, this guy feels super sturdy. Really nice. And I'll show you guys this here, because I know a lot of you guys will be asking. So here you go. Because obviously, if you want to do the iconic Soul Punisher pose, obviously this is going to get messed up, right? It's going to go on the bottom. Well, all you have to do, let's see if I can get this out without popping out the plastic. You just remove this. Alright. Let me push that back. Okay. Then you put the arm in the position that you want. Alright. Then you push this back in by the front. Give me a second. There you go. So now, you can have it finagled. You can put his arm up. Boom. Now you can get the pose how you want it. And you don't have to worry. So yeah, there you go. Alright, now for some comparisons. Here we have the Super Saiyan Gogeta next to the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta by Kamione, and as you can see, the molds are pretty much exactly the same, but the pants are a slightly different color. So if you were thinking they were just both white, they're not. The Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta has more of like a grayish off-white kind of look to it, and then the blue on his belt and the straps around his ankles are also different. Something I also noticed, I just wanted to bring this up, because the first Gogeta I had was the normal Super Saiyan hair one, but this one has a Super Saiyan hair that's supposed to have the halo in it, and I just realized the sculpt is actually different from the Kamione Gogeta Blue and the Super Saiyan 1 version that doesn't have the halo in it at all. So I thought that was a nice little detail. I didn't realize it until I saw it together, and I was like, why does his head look smaller? But yeah, it's actually a different sculpt. And then here we have him with the Demoniacal Fit Gogeta Hero Waltz, which I already reviewed on the channel, and don't worry, I'll be doing a more in-depth review comparing these two with one another. And then here we have him with the Black Hole Toys Majin Vegeta. I think these look great together. And then here we have him with the Beast Deities Battle Damage Super Saiyan 3 Goku body with the Worm Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt on it. And then here we have him with the Beast Deities Super Saiyan 3 Vegito body with the HM Custom Super Saiyan Vegito head. And these two actually look really nice together. And then here we have him with the OC Toys Super Saiyan Vegito. And then comparing Tonsen to himself, here we have the Gogeta next to Tonsen's Kid Buu, their first full figure that they released. And as you can see with the pants, what I was talking about, Kid Buu's kind of flares out a little bit more. It isn't as tight or close to the body like he did with Gogeta. And then here we have him with Tonsenart's Bojack Trunks. And I just want to point something out. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but all these figures that I just compared this Gogeta to, including the Gogeta himself, are all third party. None of them are official, which is crazy. Third party has really been holding it down this year and giving the fans what they want. But I want to ask you guys, of the third party companies, who would you guys say is the best third party company for making Dragon Ball figures? I know he's only released 3 figures, but I think Tonsen might be the best because the 3 that he's released have been all bangers. All net, no misses. I think a second close would be DF, just because their prices are so competitive, and then Beast Deities. For me, those are the top 3, but you guys let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, so that was my review of the Kamione Super Saiyan Gogeta. I got mine off of AliExpress. He came out to about $85 after shipping and taxes and the tariff fees. If you guys are interested in picking this guy up, I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can get him yourself. Now all that aside, I really like this figure. I know there was a lot of hype around this, and maybe this is bias speaking, but this figure was a lot of fun to play with and pose. The sculpt is great, he looks fantastic with a ton of accessories, great articulation, and it's a 3.0, which is long overdue. It actually boggles my mind that the only official Gogeta figure that we have by S.H.Figuarts is the Dragon Ball Super Broly one, and that third party were actually the ones to release a Super Saiyan Gogeta before the official company. And now that they've released them, I believe because of that, that put pressure on Tamashii to release a Super Saiyan Gogeta from the Fusion Reborn movie as a New York Comic Con exclusive. But that's just my conspiracy theory. And I feel wrong calling this a bootleg just because the quality of it is so top notch that, like, if I didn't tell you this was a bootleg, you would think this was an official figure from the official company. It's that good. So all that aside, as you guys know, I usually use the Dragon Balls and the Dragon Radar from a scale from 1 to 7, so I'm going to give this guy a 7. Despite the minor QC issue that I had with the plastic piece popping out of the shoulder strap, that's nothing a little super glue can't fix. And I didn't have that issue at all with the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, so I don't want to rate this lower just because that may have been an issue to my particular copy. But I think it's something to consider, but I don't think it takes away from the figure at all. Some of you may think that the price is a little high, but honestly, I don't think so. When you look at what Tamashii has charged us and what we're getting for that price, like Son Goku's old friend Krillin, which was up on P Bandai for $80 before shipping and taxes, this Gogeta by comparison is a steal. And I bet you the New York Comic Con Gogeta is going to be the same price, if not more, but only have one hair sculpt. So the fact that we get all these accessories, that we got 2 vests for regular and windy, 4 different hair sculpts, 10 face plates, a Soul Punisher effect, and 7 pairs of hands, you can't go wrong. Get this guy immediately. I know some people feel some ways about the head sculpt. Some believe that it is not accurate to how he looked in the Fusion Reborn movie, and I can see that perspective, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that much because I'm sure another third-party company is going to make a head sculpt that's more accurate to go with this body. But for the one that we got, I still think it's really good. It's better than the DF one, and the S.H.Figuarts one looks like Vegeta with one bang. But you guys let me know in the comment section below, do you prefer this figure, or are you going to hold out for the New York Comic Con exclusive Gogeta? Let me know in the comments below and let's talk about it. With that said, I hope you guys found this review informative. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. Thank you for stopping by my corner of the internet, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.